Hello, and welcome back to another Self-Concrit. This is the series where I put together a Lolita coordinate. I explain my thought process behind everything that I put into it, such as the hair accessories, the blouse, socks, shoes, and purse, and then at the end I give myself an overall score. And of course you guys are welcome to give me a score in the comment section below and tell me what you think of this cord and how you would improve it, if you have any tips and advice for me. The dress that we are going to be looking at today is called Dark Knight Cross. I believe it is a factory dress that originates from Taobao. Despite that fact, I do think that it is a very gorgeous and detailed dress with tons of gothic motifs. There are roses, crosses, bat wings, and tons of other beautiful details all over the dress. And it was very fun to coordinate with it and to sort of come up with my first gothic coordinate. Overall, I tried to repeat this motif many times, starting off with my headwear, which is the rose cross beret. It is from the brand Lota, and it's just a very simple red beret to match the blouse that I'm wearing. I'm also wearing the wig Pride and Arrogance by Dalao Home. Honestly speaking, I really didn't have a better wig to wear with this coordinate. I figured this one would add a bit of brightness to it in an otherwise very dark coordinate, so I decided to go with this one, and I think it works well enough. This blouse that I'm wearing is actually one that I got from Milanoo when I was just starting out on my Lolita journey, so I don't know where it is actually from. It came with a skirt, so I'm not sure if it was a replica of any kind or it was just sort of a Milanoo original in that regard, but it's a burgundy blouse and I figured it would suit the red in the dress very nicely. I was originally going to go with a black blouse, but I thought that would be a little bit overkill and I wanted to add some more red. I also completely forgot that I had this blouse in the first place, so I am happy that I remembered it because I think it looks nice. Next is a very simple accessory. It is a fan with lots of roses all over it, as well as a sort of clip-on rose on the edge of it, and it has a cross detail on it as well. I got this from AliExpress, so as you can tell it was very cheap. The cross actually broke off, so it doesn't really look a complete cross if you look at it directly, but I do think that it suits the coordinate nicely enough, and it serves its purpose. Next, we are going to be looking at my heart-shaped bag. Once again, it is by lovely Lota, and it is a very fitting bag for this dress. As a matter of fact, the reason I purchased this bag was to go with this dress specifically, and I think it's simply gorgeous. It's perfect in terms of the colors that it has. It even has a slight bit of gold detail on it as well, and it's just very elegant and suits this coordinate very nicely. Next, I am wearing a pair of tights from the brand Yidhra. These are called the Rose and Nightingale. And once again, they just are very simple. They just have a very nice rose detail and some bird details on it as well. It's very elegant and very fitting to go along with the rest of the dress. And I think that they are just very nice and fitting for this coordinate. Now, the biggest issue with this coordinate, I already know I'm going to have a lot of comments about, are the shoes. So you may be asking yourself, why these bright pink shoes to go with such an otherwise dark coordinate? Well, the reason for that is because there are actually small bits of pink in the dress. If you look closely at the full print of the dress and look at the roses and the stained glass mirror specifically, there's actually quite a lot of pink in the dress. Unfortunately, I think these shoes stand out just a little bit too much because I don't really have any other pink going on in this coordinate. I wish I did. I really, in hindsight, wish that I gotten the beret in pink instead of red, but I did want to stick with it because that was my original plan. And so with all of that in mind, what is my overall score with this one? Well, I'm actually going to give myself an Yidhra out of 10 for the first time. Now you may think that that's a very harsh grading for what may seem like an alright coordinate, but the reason why I'm giving myself such a low score is because I actually posted this coordinate when I first wore it, and the overwhelming feedback that I got was that it seemed a little bit too sweet. And I know it may not seem like the worst criticism in the world, but because people weren't upset about the cord and thought it looked terrible, but the pink in the shoes just really brought it off, and the fact that I tried to go gothic and the overwhelming perception of it was that it was sweet is pretty much like a failure in my book, so I'm not really going to give it a score at all. I'm just going to say that this is an Yidhra out of 10. Again, the comments that I received weren't bad or horrible, but again, if I'm trying to go with gothic and the overwhelming feedback is that it appears too sweet, then I pretty much missed the mark entirely. I also do wish that in hindsight I could have added some more pink somewhere in this coordinate, maybe either the beret or gotten a pink blouse. One or the other. I'm not too sure which one I would have gone with looking back at it, but it would have been one or the other. I would have added some pink somewhere in this coordinate. I think if I were to redo this coordinate, I just kind of give up on the gothic look and try to maybe do I think they described it as gothic inspired sweet on the feedback that I got. Everyone was saying gothic inspired sweet or sweet inspired gothic, one or the other. I think that maybe what I try to go with next time, so I'll probably try to add a little bit more pink here and there and just not really call it a gothic coordinate. Regardless of what you do call it, I do still like this coordinator that I came up with. I otherwise would definitely wear this in public. I'd probably change the shoes though, but other than that, you're free to let me know what you think of it in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys on the channel again.